Good morning. So I'm on my way to work, and normally I like to do a video on the way to work. You know, it's some quiet time. The only downside is it's got a little bit of road noise, but that's to be expected, right? So I wanted to talk about reasons why we should prep, and I'm going to give a few examples, and I'm going to take you back a couple of years, like 3 years ago, and for a really good explanation and the historical value of why we should be prepping. It's my Remember When segment, you know. So remember when, back in, what was it, early 2021, when the disease came out. Can't say things on YouTube. Can't say the word, the thing that came over from the Far East. Can't even say the country because you can get banned on YouTube. But remember when that plague came out? So remember going to the grocery stores? And by the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to post pictures of the supermarkets at that time when the shelves were cleaned out, when the meat counters were cleaned out. At the end of this video, I'm going to pictures from way back when I'm going to post, okay? So remember, one of the biggest deals was toilet paper. Not only did the prices of everything skyrocket because you couldn't get it in stock, right? Rarity causes an increase of prices, right? Toilet paper, couldn't get it in stock, and people were buying it up as soon as it came in stock. They would wait. I mean, even us, although we didn't need to, we still purchased it just in case. We even figured out, you know, our particular super Walmart had deliveries every Wednesday morning. We had it timed when to go there, and but my point is this: nobody can get toilet paper, and it was a big deal. People were, and when it did come into stock, people just freaking hoarded it. As a matter of fact, most stores, to include Walmart, put a limit on how much you can buy. This was to include eggs. It included pretty much everything, you know, milk. And it's at that time I was prepping. I've been prepping since I don't want to over or underestimate this, or I should say I don't want to over or under exaggerate this. I've been prepping since 2010. Okay. Started purchasing silver in 2011. Anyway, during those times, I was taking pictures, and I couldn't help to think to myself, even the non-believers, the non-preppers are preppers now. They, back then, I think they all forgot what it was like. As long as they got their newest cell phone, they just, oh yeah, that's over with. So, yeah, they're easily hypnotized. But back then, everybody was a prepper for that duration in time, you know. I mean, there's a prime example of why you should prep. You should prep for an emergency. And just for the sake of toilet paper, seems so trivial right now as we speak about it, but so important back then, especially if you had a mother or a father who were elderly and barely could take care of themselves. You know, it was rather important. There's a prime example, you know, of why you should prep. Now, for us, as I don't mean to sound gross or anything, but our family, we calculated everything, what we go through in a week, and we multiply that by a year of what we need to prep, keep in the household, and that included toilet paper. You know, I calculated what I need, and it was quite easy actually to obtain. I actually got more than a year's worth because it's so cheap now, and I always had back then in 2021. Early, I would say it was right around January, February 2021 when we had the toilet paper shortage, as well as eggs. Even back then, I had about a year's worth of toilet paper supplies because in our garage, there's nothing but shelves. We put in those professional 10-foot tall shelves with doors, you know, and we locked away a bunch of toilet paper. And not only that, kitchen towelettes, you know. Anyway, the video is not about toilet paper. It's just giving an example in time. And do you want that to happen again on the next disease that comes over from the Far East, the Orient? You know, I'll call it the Oriental disease. What else? Why do we prep? Well, a lot of my preps, and this is not the most important reason, but it is a bonus. It is one of the symptoms, one of the bonus symptoms of prepping is I have well over a year's worth of excuse me, of food in the house, right? Now, some of the items that I have are actually from 2014, 15. They're all my Mountain House can number 66 cans of Mountain House freeze-dried foods. I have purchased, which I have purchased. I need a cup of coffee, by the way. When I stutter or have bite-in moments, it means I need a cup of coffee. So a lot of those freeze-dried and long-term storage items that I have were purchased back in 2014. A lot of the food I have, aside from that, my canned items, my, you know, and whatnot, were purchased a year ago, 2 years ago, right? What is the side symptom of that? What is the benefit of that? Well, I got it at those years' prices. I don't have to go out right now and buy them at today's prices, which are well inflated, is what I'm trying to get at. So there's another benefit. If you buy and you collect a year's worth of food, year and a half's worth of food, and when I say that, I'm talking per family member, okay? Per family member. It doesn't have to be a year. 3/4 of a year, half a year is fine too. I think the minimum I would prep is half a year. Honest to God. I mean, especially for the bigger families, I can understand acquiring, you know, years worth of freaking food for each person. But even 6 months worth of food is better than no food, right? So there's another reason. The protest is another reason as well. Well, you're thinking, how does that affect me? Well, not yet, perhaps. If they're willing to block traffic for a lousy tree, or even that country that's in the next to, I don't want to mention countries because the algorithms, I kid you not, I'm not lying. I had another YouTube channel, and as something as benign as mentioning a country can get you in trouble. But you know what the universities are going through now, and how they're all of a sudden white people are for that country over there, and what's going on. Well, if they're willing to block traffic to an airport for their cause, what makes you think that maybe in a month or 2 or 3 it won't start at supermarkets? Imagining trying to park your car. If you're lucky to park your car, if they allow you to get into the parking lot, what's to stop them from protesting right outside the electric doors of Walmart or Safeway or Publix or Bosch's or wherever you shop, right? have the food and you know those protests are going on, you don't have to combat that. You can stay at home and wait it out a little longer. I also have a feeling, there's another reason, I also have a feeling that food is going up so high, and the amount of people now who don't have jobs, who've come across our border, who don't have jobs and whatnot, I think even the best of persons, when you are desperate and hungry, you will resort to crime. And even the criminal element, well, they don't have to resort to nothing because they're already there. Case in point, it's my belief this is what's going to happen relatively quickly. I believe you're not going to be accosted going into your supermarket. They're actually going to start to wait until you come out and steal your food. You'll get basically wait till you open up the trunk of your car. 3, 4. I'm imagining this now. I'm just 3 or 4 people come up, give me your damn groceries, and you have no choice to give them the groceries. I'm just saying, in order to stay safe, you have to think about the future. In order to stay safe, you basically have to play these war games in your mind and stay ahead of what you can conceive could possibly happen. Right? You have to play these war games. That's one of the things we learn in the military. Play what if in your mind. Okay, I'm going to get out of my car. I'm in Costco. I'm at Sam's Club. I'm going to walk 20 feet. What if somebody comes up to me with a gun? What am I going to do? What if somebody comes up to me and grabs my arm? What am I going to do? Or my purse? What am I going to do? And you have to play these games in your mind. They're not necessarily games. They're preparations. Okay? Because when you play these war games in your mind, these preparations, you're actually preparing yourself mentally for this situation. So you'll hear me say that a lot. I'll play these games in my mind. I'll foresee what these thugs and criminals will do, or what the prices are going to do, you know? So that's what I see. I foresee coming out of grocery stores and your food gets ripped off. They won't even wait until you freaking go into the store. They don't want your money because, you know, because then they've stolen your money and now they're taking the time to walk around the store. They can get arrested, right? That's too much time. No, what they're going to do is steal your groceries, and then they can leave the parking lot and boom, go on to the next parking lot and just do a rotation. So, you know, these are things that you really need to think about for prepping reasons. Just have the food, the safety in mind, have the satisfaction in mind that whatever happens outside of your home, I was going to say house, but some of you might not have a house, you might be renting, or you might have a condo. So I went to and I changed my mind. Your home. You have the satisfaction of knowing outside your home you don't need to combat in order to have food. So definitely prep, okay? They're just a few reasons. Perhaps in the comment section, leave me some of your reasons and why you might prep. And some of your war games you might play with, okay, in your mind for preparation of bad times. So go ahead and leave those in the comments. I gotta run. Stay tuned for the pictures I'm gonna post, as well as if you haven't subscribed, please do so. More videos to come. Take care.